Well, Courtney, tough conditions, albeit they seem to have calmed down as soon as the full-time whistle blew, and a bit of a scrappy game, but job done.
Yeah, it was difficult. I think as soon as we've both lined up, we've got the same shape, and there's a lot of bodies in the middle of the pitch, and I think it was just about who created the most chances, and I think we've done that. They've had one shot on target really the whole game, and I think we've just been clinical when we've had those chances, not come too many, but we've done okay. We've worked hard. Need to tidy up a little bit. Some of the footballers that we've got on the pitch had a bit of an off day, and too many of them at once. But it is what it is, and at this stage of the season now, it's clean sheet and win, and we'll take it all day.
Said some of the footballers didn't quite, just had a bit of an off day. Is that a bit down to the conditions, or what would you put it down to?
Possibly, yeah. And we've struggled to get a bit of a run at the minute. It's difficult when you're sort of waiting 10 games and you've gone away to Ayleston, and it's such a big game and a high pressure game, and you want to keep playing, and then you've had a little bit of a lull with 10 days. We've had that a little bit since Christmas really, so it's been difficult to get ourselves going. Hopefully now we've got a little bit of a run of fixtures, and we can get the ground running and sort of pick up a little bit of momentum and get back into a rhythm. It is hard sometimes. It's when you stop start, it is difficult, and when you're only training you can't replicate the game, and the conditions probably don't help, but listen, it's the same for both, and I think there's two teams there that have wanted to win a game of football but just found chances hard to come by.
And the chances hard to come by as well because of your defenders putting themselves in and putting their bodies on the line. Is that more of what you wanted to see? I think particularly after Prims, when you said we're going to want to keep the ball out of the net more. Was that more an example of that tonight?
Definitely, I just said exactly the same to him in there. I said I questioned you after that game, and since then we've put on a run of a lot of clean sheets in that sort of time. So I think personally helps with that. I think Luke Wilson was fantastic in the middle of the three today, really good, and Ben Balance he's been unbelievable, and so is Mikel, and I think just since those sort of lads have been in the team, it's been an upturn, so there's no coincidence in that, and Matt's done well again as well. He's sort of managed the game, and I think as a defensive unit now we're looking a lot better. We don't concede a lot of chances, and the ones we do, you throw yourself in the front of it and your body on the line. Listen, you do as much as you can to keep the ball out of your net, and they're always fancy us to score goals. We've got a lot of good goal scorers and good footballers. Ranks and Charlie have took the goals well.
And coming up now, 2 more games in the space of 8 days, both away trips to Holwell and Ingalls.
Yeah, two tough games. Two probably different games. Holwell, a bit more of a footballing side. Ingalls, when we went there, the pitch wasn't fantastic. So listen, we've got to pick a bit of a different team for that game. But we're preparing for 2 tough games. The 2 teams that are down the bottom end of the table. So listen, they're scrapping to stay in the division, and those sort of teams have got something to play for. And listen, they're going to scrap and they're going to battle, and we've got to match them for that. And hopefully, your quality shows through. And we've got to pick the right sides for both games. And they're going to be tough, as every game is now. It's the pressure as well. It's not just the opponent, you're playing against the pressure, and every time you're looking over your shoulder at the teams that are behind you. There's a race of 6 teams that can win the league still, which is fantastic. It keeps everybody on the toes, but again that brings pressure, but there's also pressure on those teams as well, and at the moment we're the front runners and they've got to catch us, and that's how we want it to be.